Okay, so today we're going to talk about speed to lead, and there's a ton of statistics behind this. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I use Perplexity. It put together a report for me. It cites Perplexity is really good. It cited 69 sources. It made some graphs for me. It did a bunch of research. Took like 10 minutes, and basically it spit out all of this data on the speed to lead statistics. When your response time to a lead, let's say they fill out a form, and you're contacting that lead within 5 minutes, so you have about an 80% chance of closing that lead. The odds of contacting a lead decrease by 100 times when response time increases from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. The odds of qualifying a lead decrease by 21 times when response time increases from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. Contact rates decrease by over 10 times within just the first hour of delay. So basically what it has is the 5-minute rule, and it reveals why the speed to lead has become one of the most critical metrics in modern sales and marketing operations. So let's go ahead and put that up. So you could see here the response time, 5 minutes. Okay, probability is never 100%, but it starts really high. And then it just keeps going down and down as we go further and further out. So let's say you take 10 minutes, boom, you probably cut your chances of contacting that person in half. So why is this important and how can we help? Well, when owners and operators and maybe your sales team gets really busy, let's say you have a good marketing flow and it's giving you more leads than you can handle. So this is where AI can come in and kind of help you contact those leads immediately, put them in a queue or a pipeline to be then contacted by a real person. Even if you contact them, let's say it's automated, it's not even a real person yet, you're still beating 63% of companies. Only 37% of companies respond to leads within an hour, let alone 5 minutes. And with some automations, that could be immediately. 23 of companies never respond to leads at all. I mean, guys, if you're getting leads and you're not responding at all, this is not going to help you. I don't know what could help you at that point. The average response time across all companies that responded within 30 days was 42 hours. So it looks like if you're responding at all, it's going to be within 42 hours. That's the average response time. Okay, so here, this part of the study, the 391% conversion increase. I don't know how much of AI hallucinated some of this stuff, but we could get some basic figures. Calling a lead within the first minute can boost conversion rates by 391%. Response rates drop dramatically with each additional minute of delay. And that's from Lead Angel. You can see the sources right here, Call Drip, Kubaru. Only 7% of prospects receive a call within 1 minute of inquiry. Let me read that again. Only 7% of prospects receive a call within 1 minute of inquiry. So how can we get you in the top 7%? Well, we could do a couple things, and we're going to go into that in a little bit. Key lead response time statistics, 7% respond less than 5 minutes. Yeah, you can see it's a very small number here. Okay, so if that wasn't enough, let's go into a couple more statistics from HubSpot and callpage.io. Conversion rates are 8 times greater in the first 5 minutes compared to longer response times. Only 0.1% of inbound leads are actually engaged within 5 minutes. And that's from HubSpot. 57.1% of first call attempts occur after more than a week. Okay, interesting statistic. Okay, I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Contact rate degradation. Now, this is an interesting one. So pretty much it's saying that after a certain amount of time, the more call attempts you make, it actually hurts your ability to make contact and qualify a lead. The odds of contacting a lead decrease by over 10 times in the first hour alone. Okay, so we get the point here. It's really important to contact these leads that you get while they're hot and interested. So let's go a little bit down. Okay, current industry performance gap. Despite overwhelming evidence supporting rapid response times, current industry performance reveals significant gaps. More than 99% of companies are not responding within 5 minutes. Only 4.7% of companies achieve the optimal 5-minute response window. So those numbers don't really add up. You can see the AI hallucinated a bit here, but you get the gist of it. right, so how do we do this? What kind of plan do we put together? Okay, so let's look at how we could build an automation that could contact your lead right away. And it doesn't have to be foolproof. This isn't a real automation, but we're just going to go ahead and see what's possible at a very, very high level. Okay, so this is Zapier. It's an automation platform that requires no code. We do custom code and no code, depending on the complexity. But for something like this, it's very easy to set up and very possible. So let's see what we could do. So let's say we have a form, right? And we'll just call it a Google form for an example. All right, so we have the Google form. Let's say that's your lead magnet. Getting all the customers' contact info goes into a Google form. All right, what do we do from there? Well, first we want to contact the customer right away. And even before that, we want it to go into our CRM probably. And this could all happen simultaneously. So, okay, form, boom, goes into the CRM. And let's say in your CRM, let's say you have Salesforce, and this could be any CRM, but I'm just projecting here. Let's say you have a round robin for your sales team. Let's say so every new lead that comes in, the next person in the queue, the next salesman gets the lead. Okay, so we set that up in Salesforce, and then let's say your salesmen are having a tough time keeping hold of it. So let's try to contact the customer first. Okay. Go to click send. That's one that I like to do. So this will send a text message, and it could call also, and it could call the customer. Let's say, hey, it's Anthony. I'll get right back to you in 5 minutes. This is my number. I'm going to call from this number, and I could also send an email and give them a call too. We could also route it. Let's say we're using Twilio, for example. So we could route the call, put them on hold, and have an AI answer, hey, this is your virtual assistant. Anthony will be right with you. He's just with another customer right now. Is there anything else I could help you with? We'll set it up as a virtual AI assistant, train it on all your company data, and let's say you could answer some basic questions. So by the time we answer those questions, your salesman is ready for the call. Twilio, again, routes it to your salesman, and then boom, we're on the call. And then right from there, we could have AI summarize the call. And from that call, we could do, let's say we do transcript, feed AI the transcript, and then we could do training and grading based on the call. You as a business owner can see the call and see the outcome of a call once it's summarized. Okay, and then once we have that summary, then we could just put it right back into Salesforce. So now you have the customer contacted right away. AI is transcribing the call, summarizing it, grading it. We can use those as objects in Salesforce, put it right back into Salesforce, and let's say at that point, you as the owner want a message. We could just use Twilio again just to keep it simple. So then we'll use Twilio again, and that will send you a text message. Hey, salesman one just finished a call. This is how it went. This was their grade, and this was the outcome. And we can list some outcomes. And that's a really good way to have a really good overview of what's happening in the business. If you don't want those messages, we don't have to do that. It could be whatever you want. This is just an example, just to get your creative thinking going of all the different types of ways you could do this here. So another thing, let's say you don't want AI in the mix. So let's say at this step, instead of the AI calling them, you want a text message yourself to know that a lead came in, and then let's say you give it right to the salesman, they have to respond immediately. So that's another thing we could do. And there's a lot of different ways to play with this. This is just me doing this live. This is simple automation that could, if we go back to the statistics here, we could boost conversion rates 8 times because we contacted them automatically within the first 5 minutes. Okay. And this is something so easy to just set up. I just set this up here pretty much. I would just have to go in and, add in the API keys and the logic here. But this is something set up, and boom, you're in the top 7% of companies. No one's responding within 5 minutes. You call your HVAC guy, he's not responding. If he calls back, you call, do it right now. Call five people for something you need. Let's say you need a plumber. I guarantee you only one of them will call you back. If they even answer, it might be 20 minutes later. So right from there, we just contacted them immediately. This is all automatic, and then we could add them to a Salesforce campaign. Let's say they don't answer, the status is still a lead in Salesforce. Then they go ahead and get added to a campaign after some time. Okay, so let's say one day goes by, they're still a lead in Salesforce. They'll go ahead and get added to an auto drip campaign that we'll set up. It'll send them emails, text messages, why you should go with this, your business, and just nurture that lead automatically. So your sales team does not have to, and they could focus on, again, getting that less than 5-minute response time. If you want to work with my team and I, we're Flow Genius. We help companies doing 7 figures and up streamline their workflows and automate their business. We implement AI. Our latest client is doing 1.5 billion in revenue a year, and our first task for them is they're a holding company, so they have a couple different companies under them. And first task is pretty much to get data and workflows and processes from one business to another seamlessly, put it together so it all flows, it makes sense. The owners can see what's happening from a bird's eye view, and that's really going to change their business. Or we could set up as something as simple as this. All right, so here's the company. I'll put a link down below. It'll lead to a quiz section where you get qualified and answer a couple questions, and if we fit right together, we'll go ahead and reach out to you. All right, thanks for watching.